It's lovely to be here and talk about 7 days, 7 Emirates, the ride for unity. My name's Jonathan Bowman-Perks. What do? I suppose I help people. Some people say I'm one of the top coaches for CEOs and executive teams in the world. Certainly my podcast is well regarded. I'm a podcaster host, and I meet really interesting people, whether it be US Special Forces guys or generals or CEOs. I had Harry Buddha-Magar the other day, who was the first double above the knee amputee to climb Everest. And I just get to meet a lot of really interesting people and find out their stories and learn about them. So I pass it on. Today's world, there's so much division and discord, and that dominates the headlines. There's a book called Revenge of Power by Moises Nayyam, a great read. And in it, he talks about the 3P world: post-truth, populism, and polarization. And we've got this going on, this polarization. You only need to look at sort of Labour and Conservative in Britain, where you used to live, or in America, the Republicans, the Democrats are so far apart from each other. And then you've got all kinds of conflicts around the world and troubles going on. And everybody is so far apart from each other. There's just like, how can you get them together? And so for me, this is a really important message. We've got this lovely team. It's a mosaic of cultures and professions. And for me, it embodies the essence of what diversity is about. We're all nations, we're all abilities. We've got, people of determination and that mix of different people. But what they do have in common is humanity, humility, and humor, what I call the three hums, which are so important. And we are looking for making a difference in the world, and for this whole idea of unity. So we work together as a team, of diversity, that we respect differences, different languages, different background, different culture, tolerance, and particularly sustainability. So the activities that are going on, where we're speaking in communities, we're doing lectures, panels, workshops, we in each of the Emirates, we're trying to promote the best of that Emirate, but also we're doing some activities where it be helping to plant mangroves for rekindling an area which has gone badly wrong, or looking at the coral reefs, or doing something for a local community. It's really touching on all these things that are really important and speaking about it, not only just talking it, but we're actually living it. And the ride is the vehicle to get us to these different places, and this idea of bringing it all together and the unity of people from all over the world, just 20 of us, but you wouldn't get a more different bunch if you could try. But in my own small way, what it was that I did that and I enjoyed it, but I found it very hard because cycling's not my thing. I generally do weights in the gym, HIIT training, and keeping myself ticking over. Now I'm in my 60s. But I found that I've got liver and heart problems, which are being investigated. But that all goes back to being born with a hole in the heart when I was a young kid. And this is now coming back to just make me more wary of what I do. So I think rather than do absolutely everything, my aim is to cycle every day. And if I can, to do about an hour of the cycle ride, so that I'm able to contribute to the cycling, be part of it, but also be healthy enough and fit enough and not completely burnt out and unable to think and speak, to be able to help give some talks, help run a workshop, and help out with the other colleagues in the Ride for Unity in whatever way people need me to roll up my sleeves, muck in, help with the children and in the different schools and the universities that we are at. I think the first thing is the leadership aspects, that leaders go first. They make sure everybody else is fed first. They eat last. You remember that from your days in the military, in your own service. But it's this leadership by example, not fine words, but action. So I've been really touched by the quality of the group of 20 that you brought together. They're all very different, but they all have incredible determination, resilience to overcome adversity, and this unstoppable nature. And I think sort of three things that struck me. One is this prepare for the unexpected. You know, a number of people who are on this ride have had things happen to them. Mine's a small one compared to others with Carlo or with Justin or other things that have happened in people's lives. So prepare for the unexpected and be ready for when things happen and have a stoic philosophy in coping with it. The second one is being unstoppable. This idea of that's not going to stop me. I will find a way. And you need to look at Carlo with his tricycle, and he's carrying 30 kilograms of oxygen, and he's doing all the different treatments he needs to have to take part. And the third one is the three hums versus our dark side. That I think all of us as characters could get a bit carried away with our own ego and our own self and our publicity. But what's lovely about the people I'm meeting is they're not. They have humility. Humanity is really important. This doing something in a world when there's so much going wrong. Everybody wants to do something, wants to make a physical contribution, wants to make a statement, wants to give back. They've been lucky. They want to send the elevator back down again for others who are less fortunate and come right up with them. And humor. We mustn't. I throughout my life, I think I look back, I take myself far too seriously. I mean, I'm actually hilarious. You know, if I laugh at all the things I did wrong, I learned so much about it. I think I'll go back and make some more mistakes because I learned so much from all my errors. So to have humor and not take ourselves way too seriously and think we're something special, because we're actually ordinary people trying to do something extraordinary. And the dark side linked to that, which is counterbalanced by the three hums, is we have got this ego, this darker side, the bit of us that we don't particularly like. But when we shine the light on it, we go, yeah, I suppose I am like that. But we can balance it out. And the dark side in the people we know and in the world we're in, if we bring this idea of unity, diversity, tolerance, and sustainability, it will help counterbalance the great evils that are going on in the world, and the fact that there is so much going wrong in the world that we can do something. We can do something.